Week 2, you need bananas. Guys, you need bananas. You need bananas. Bananas are needed if you're gonna make a good goddamn smoothie, and I don't have any bananas. My camera's about to die. I'm gonna make the smoothie and then I'll show you what's in it. Yeah. Maybe we're back and we have a smoothie and all the ingredients laid out. So, 624 freaking calories in that little drink, in that little bitch, mainly carbs. Let me show you what everything is. Okay, so this is the macro breakdown. I have some other stuff up top. You straight up can't see that because it's not focusing, but pretend like you can see that, and that's all that matters. So we have cinnamon, only because I want to get rid of it, and I did, so I can throw that away. Beautiful. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 500 milligrams of sodium. We have peanut butter, organic creamy peanut butter from Aldi. Honey, pecans, dates, triple berry. The Publix triple berry. You know what I'm saying? The Publix triple berry. And then a little over a cup of whole milk, because I'm a grown ass man. That's why. Wait. Whoa. Finishing touch. Pull out spoon or straw. Bam. Metal straw. Oh. See, the issue when you put dates in the smoothie is, and you use a straw, it's just right away. It's fucking stuck. Whatever. As annoying as that is. Anyways, that's what we're doing. 624 calories right there. It's 2:20. I gotta leave for work in like less than an hour, and I still need to eat a whole meal and do all the other things. But that's okay. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna shove that down my face and get moving. I'll see you tomorrow. I guess I could say, so we had a 3,200 yard swim, something along those lines. We did a lot of, there's a 6x200 pole with paddle, whatever, buoy paddle. Those light up your rear delts, that's for sure. And then right after that, went into a 5x100. It was like 25 smooth, 25 hard, and then you do that for the 100 meters. 5 sets, 15 seconds rest in between. Those lit your shit up too. Those were hard, and then cool down. Obviously did some more stuff before that, but those were like the hard sets of that swim. And then went to the gym and did those things. But yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. And tomorrow's Tuesday, because it's Tuesday, and today's Monday. So see you on Tuesday. All right, people, we got an hour and 15 minutes on the bike and a 30-minute runoff. Let's get her going. Wait. All right, people, we got an hour and 15 minutes on the bike, 30-minute runoff. You know what that means. Little brick. Let's get her going. But I gotta do one more thing real quick. Tempest Fugit. This is what it looks like when I film for the reel and I'm getting on the bike. I'm breaking the third wall. I don't fucking know what I'm doing, but we're on the bike. So we got an hour and 15 minutes, 30-minute runoff. You already heard me because I set it for the camera reel. Wait, this is still going. Oh shit, you know what I didn't do either? Fucking bitch. I forgot to get orange juice. Ah, shit. Alright, well, let me do that really quick. It'll take like 5 seconds. I can show you. You can probably see it on the camera. Publix orange juice. That's probably good. And then 1/4 teaspoon of salt with Redmond salt is just over 500 milligrams of sodium. Even though I'm probably really not going to sweat like at all during this ride, Gonna use it anyways. All right, there you go. All right, there we go. And we're back to it, baby. All right, now we're warming up. Cool. So, yeah. So we have, I can show you everything on the thing. Let me flip the screen around so I can see. Well, I guess let me leave it how it is for a second. So, 2-minute warm up, 2 minute, 2 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, 5 minute, 5. All just alternating wattages. The highest wattage we'll get to is 145. So that should be pretty freaking slight. And then yeah, so an hour 15. And then we'll go run for 30 minutes. So that's the plan. That's what's going on. I guess I don't have to sit in the arrow right now, but yeah. I don't really have much else to say at the current moment. Something comes in my head. Someone commented on the daily doodle from the one I posted yesterday, which today's Tuesday, so the one I posted on Monday. And that daily doodle was something along the lines of like, an inability to see the gray area, an inability to digest. It was never all one thing. And then we're like, what does this mean? So I was like, well, first I commented, I was like, what does it mean to you? But I was like, for me, this is more so in the context of like a relationship, romantic relationship. I guess it could be any type of relationship, but you see someone and you're like, you see them for all good. And then when you inevitably see the bad parts of someone or just the less than ideal parts of someone, which we all have, newsflash, you're like, oh my God, they're bad, they're all bad, they're all bad. And it's an inability, whether we realize it or not, to see or to digest that we're a composition of both. So someone can be good and bad. And especially in the context of like a romantic type of relationship, I mean, some of those things you can work through together, but some things are just like part of someone. I mean, this is like really dependent on what that negative thing is, but you can work through those things, or you accept that person or accept those things for what they are. But it's understanding like, okay, this is like one subsect or one little piece of the composition. Composition being the person that makes them quote unquote bad, but there's all these other good things, and you can see someone as both. Like you take them for all of those things, and it's not just, oh my God, now they're bad, oh my God. So it's kind of what I'm getting at. Or it's the like straight up just can't even see it, can't even like just don't have the ability to do that. I don't know, but that's kind of what I was getting at there. Anyways, we're sitting at 105 watts, warming up. Hello there. All right, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? It's Wednesday. So as you saw, I got bronze all-world athlete status. Now, when I first saw that, I was like, that's cool. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's cool for a few reasons, but there's a few things I wanted to talk about in regard to this because I think they're somewhat important or I just want to talk about them. So the first thing is when I saw the bronze all-world athlete status, I was like, oh, that's cool, but then you're like, oh, it's just bronze. And then it's still something that you don't just get. Like if you do an Ironman, you're not just all-world athlete status. You have to actually like do good enough to get there. And then I was like, okay, so that's cool. And then that made me more excited about it, I guess. I guess it makes more sense. I'm trying to figure out how I want to explain what I'm thinking. It makes more sense to start out with why I think it's cool. So bronze all-world athlete status, you're like, oh, bronze third, whatever. But I think it's cool because of how I went into that first Ironman. Brand new to triathlon, brand new to swimming. Obviously, I've ridden bikes before, but like never like this. Never how you ride a bike and whatever in like triathlon. So like in a sense new to that, but not really. But mainly just with swimming, because swimming is it was such a massive learning curve, to where I'm still not even a year in on swimming. I started in like March or April. I think it was right around the time I left my old job is when I kind of started swimming. So it was like March, April time. And then just showing up and then getting better with that. But why I think it's cool is because, again, I still don't really know jack shit about how to train for these, other than I just continue to just show up and literally just be like, I'm just grind it out. That, I don't know. I think about that prep going into that first Ironman. It was so goddamn hard. It was so fucking hard for so many reasons. And a big one was just I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just, it was just really freaking hard. So then I don't know. It's just cool to reach that level. Again, it's not like crazy insane. Top 17% of my age group, which is cool. Country position 594. Global 2,000, 162, which is like whatever. But it's just cool because of how I got there. Now, if I was with a coach and doing all that and I got this, I'd be like, cool. Wouldn't be as cool to me. I just think it's cooler because of me doing it alone. And then there's the part of me that was thinking, oh, this isn't really that impressive. And then I would say it is, backed by everything I just said. But the part of me that thought it wasn't that impressive was just comparing myself to other people. It was like, oh, well, there's the silver and there's the gold status, so obviously they're better. And then also within age group, so it's like there could be someone in the age group below me, which is, I don't know if it's 18 to 24 or 20 to 24 or whatever, and maybe they've done a better time, but they still don't even get the bronze status just because maybe there's more people in that age group, whatever. Or the age group above, same situation, where maybe they've done better than me or the exact same, but they don't even get the bronze status just because of the age group they're in and more people, whatever. One, with shit like that, it's like, that's just how like racing goes. And I think about that in the sense of like cars or karting or whatever. It's like sometimes shit just happens. Or like in the context of triathlon, like maybe you got a flat tire during the bike and now your race got messed up, or I don't fucking know. You drowned on the swim. I don't know. But there's just shit like that that'll happen within a race. And same thing with the age group thing. It's like, that's just how it goes. So like there's that's cool. And then just the comparison of like, oh, well, there's people that have done better than me, whatever, so it's not that cool. No, it's cool because of how I got there. And I'm proud of that. Now I sit here now and I look at it and I'm like, well, cool, but like obviously you want to do better. You want to get better, and I know I can do better for a multitude of reasons now, especially. So that's cool. But so I'm proud of that. Obviously not settled with that. I think it's just cool based on how I got there with it just being me, and how like I knew I didn't know what I was doing when I was training for it. And now that I've had a coach and I've been working with him, it's like I really didn't know what the hell I was doing. Like I really didn't know what I was doing. So it's cool. But yeah, so there's that, and then moving on from that. So what we have for today is a swim and a run. So the swim, I can talk you through it. I can show you real quick. I don't really want to be like in the reels, and when I talk about the workouts, I don't want to give like everything super duper specific, just out of respect for, like, I'm paying for this, and he's like, I'm not trying to just give out all these workouts for free essentially, and it's not my work essentially. So warming up, 900 yards of warming up, 300s with fins and kicks and stuff like that. The total will be like a little over 3,000, I think, and then 8x50 descending, and then 2x100 swim with the mitts, building each 25, 4x25 kick, and then the main set's 8x25 kick driven, and then a 1x300 pull, and then we'll repeat that set 3 times, and then we'll do a warm down. I like calling it a cool down. I've seen people call it warm downs. I think warm down sounds funny, but cool down. I like saying cool down. And then we'll have a track workout as well today, or speed workout or whatever. Kind of a little bit of a hefty boy. Got a whole slew of stuff to warm up. And then 4x200 at a 3K pace. I need to figure out what my 3K pace is because I don't know. And then probably like a low 6. Well, I guess that's shorter than a 5K, so it's something in the 5s for sure. And then 2x1200 at a half marathon pace. That'll be like a 6. Say my marathon pace is 6:50. Half marathon's like a low 6 probably. 20:30, 6:20:30. And then 3x1K. And then finish with a 4x200. 4x200. 200s are fun. I'm all over the place right now. 200s are fun though. Like if I was just doing 200s on my own, I would go out and sprint those, which would be fun. But and these will be close to. I mean, the 3K pace should be moving pretty quick. But yeah, so that's what's on tap for today. I'm also gonna go to the gym and do pull-ups and just get a light pump and stuff like that. But no work today either. Slept 7.5 hours last night, which is solid. And then, yeah, no work tonight, so I kind of have the day to do all of this stuff, which is fun. It'll be a good day. I already know it'll be a good day. Every day is a good day, but there's days that are better than others. And today's going to be one of the better ones. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So, also, I'm losing a toenail again. So, I've lost, based off my running journey, I've lost one toenail. And last night when I was laying in bed, I dragged my foot along the sheet, and then I felt it like lift up. It's my pinky toenail. You can show it, I guess. It's that one. So the toenail's still on there, but it's just hanging on by like the edge. Kind of grosses me out, but I don't feel it, and it doesn't hurt, which is good, because the first toenail I lost hurt like a motherfucker. So this is good. And I could tell it was falling off. It looked dead a few days ago. So I was like, this one might fall off. And it did. So that's cool. But I'm going to stop talking, and then plan is going to head to the pool. Plan will be to do the pool, and then I'll run to the gym. I'll come home. I'll try to do like a smoothie or something, and then give myself a little bit, 20, 30 minutes, and then head to the track. And then probably a little bit more than 20, 30, probably like an hour. I guess 20, 30 minutes after having this smoothie or food or whatever I eat, and then get to the track. But yeah, so that'll be the plan for the day. Hey, it's Thursday. We were on the bike this morning for an hour and 15 minutes. We had a 30-minute runoff. We ran just under 40 minutes, 4.5-ish miles or something like that. Went to the gym, did all those things, and it is 3:40. I was supposed to leave for work 10 minutes ago. However, I thought I'd pull out this camera to further delay my arrival to there. And just film that quick clip, because why the F not? Got chicken, rice, and some other goodies, cottage cheese and shit like that in a bowl. Gonna shove that down my face. Surely have not eaten enough. Surely have not eaten enough before going into work, but you know what? Whatever. It's part of the circumstances. It's part of what it is. It's part of the things. So we're gonna do that, and I'll see you tomorrow at some point, because tomorrow's Friday. Today's Thursday. See you on Friday. All right, what's up, people? First of all, this piece of fucking hair, this shit has been pissing me off. I'm sitting on the bike for 2 hours. This shit fell out at like 2 minutes in. Other than that, no. Other than that, everything's great. Like I said, we're sitting on the bike for 2 hours, and then we have a little 20-minute runoff. Depending on how I feel, I'll probably just run a little bit longer. Man, this hair is really, I can't think with this hair. It's really bothering me. Also, what was bothering me is so right now, I've been doing a bunch of sets of 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minute, 2 minute, building wattage, then the 1 minute, 160, and then building back down, and then like a 3-minute chill period. In this last 3-minute chill period, you're sitting at 105 watts, but then it was like and then keep your cadence at 85. So you're spinning pretty fast, relatively fast. I don't know if that's really fast. It feels faster for me. Sometimes I feel like I'm a lot more of a grinder than I am like a fast twitched person. Nonetheless, so I'm doing that, and then I'm like, all right, trying to spin between 85 and 90 is kind of where I was falling, but then the power's too high, so then it's giving you like the red flashing like, your power's too high. So then I'm like, all right, let me try to chill, and then it's like, all right, now my cadence is too low, so now I'm getting the red for that, and then I'm like, you know, my power's too low. Blah, blah, blah. It's like a back and forth thing. I was like, this is fucking annoying. That was bothering me, but so my hair, between my hair and that, I'm crumbling. Not really. So we're sitting at 145 watts for 2 minutes right now. We're actually on the last like little pyramid set. I think it's called, I think in the title it says pyramid in there, but yeah, then we'll have a 21-minute cool down, and then we'll be running. Trying to think if there's anything important I want. Well, I guess I could show, so the daily doodle I wrote for today, I wrote it yesterday, but it was for today. I'm gonna grab it real quick. So, you can see it. Observe your thoughts like rain falling, passively without judgment, and question their roots. Because I was thinking a lot, I was like, how do you know? Like when I first started making videos on YouTube or on Instagram, they were all talking videos, and they were like, the talking videos fulfilled what the Daily Doodle was before the Daily Doodle existed. So I would say shit like that. And one of the things I said a long time ago was like, just because the thought populated in your mind doesn't make it true, doesn't mean you have to believe it. It just kind of landed there. Like if the thought was like, you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit, that doesn't mean it's true, it just means it populated there like the weather. The weather just kind of happens, as do your thoughts a lot of the time, they just kind of pop up. But as of recent, I was like, I just got a text. I was like, how do you know? I don't know, just overthink a lot and just want to make sure you're not a bad person or whatever. Like you just want to make sure you're doing good or whatever. And that kind of came with that. It's like these spots come up. They're this, that, the third. They're not necessarily true, but you observe them passively. This is gonna die any moment, so let me talk fast. But you observe them passively and then you say, where's this thought coming from? Like, is it just stemming from fear, insecurity? Definitely an insecure person for sure. And so on and so forth. Like, where is this thing coming from? And kind of go from there. But I'm gonna stop talking before this camera dies. And yeah, finish out this bike ride, baby. Folks and gentlemen, how are we doing? It's Sunday. I don't know if I filmed anything yesterday. I think I did on the bike, but honestly, I don't really remember. So we had on the program, like scheduled 9 miles of kind of rolling hill work. We ended up doing 11 total miles, but of the actual hill work was probably about 8.5 miles. So basically, I'm in Tampa, we're in Florida. It's not very hilly around these parts, but I've run Tampa enough to where I know where a lot of the hills or just little elevation changes are. So I mapped out a loop in my head last night. Starts, I'm not even gonna explain it, but it starts at this little downhill, then goes up this bridge, and then you turn left, you go up. It's all just very subtle elevation changes for like a good portion of the loop. Majority of the loop you're doing either an up or a down. There's some flat spots obviously, but so you do those just kind of up and down, and then there's a parking garage where I was running up the first 2 levels, running down it obviously, and then come right out, right back going uphill, and then you repeat that loop. So I repeated that a bunch of times. I ended it by running all the way up the parking garage. and then that put me at 9.5 miles. It took me just over a mile to jog to the actual loop, and then at 9.5 miles, jog home, put me at 11. I was like just under 11 miles, so then I went like a touch extra to just put me at 11 miles because I wanted the number, wanted that whole number. But yeah, I think total elevation was like 479, so about 500. But within the 8.5-ish miles of the actual hill part, I think that's like a moderate amount. Like I don't think that that's anything to necessarily write home about, but it's not nothing. It's not nothing. So that was good. Next time something like that comes up, I'll definitely shoot for some more elevation though, or whether that means I run more levels of the parking garage each loop, or I'd rather just go somewhere that has a little bit more of some hills or something like that. So yeah, that's that. Yeah. But overall, this week was good. Training has been. I don't know. I've probably said this 100 times, but it's just been so much easier and so much less stress on my body, and my quality of life has just been better. Because when I used to train in the past, I just would just wouldn't go all out every time, but I would go pretty aggressive every single time. And to do that day after day after day after day after day, and especially during the Ironman stuff, because that's when it really caught up to me. When you're doing, for the previous Ironman, like, just, I don't know, you're just doing that day after day after day, and then I was going to work, and then I was getting very shitty amounts of sleep, and no wonder I felt like dog shit. No freaking wonder. But one of the things I was thinking about too is like, I kind of prided myself in that, and it felt good to feel like shit in a way. Because I was like, in my head I was like, I guess this is just how you feel. Like, I guess this is just what it's supposed to feel like, feeling like shit all the time. So in my head I was like, good job, Slee. You feel like shit. You're doing a good job. So that was where my mindset sort of was. I knew it was hard, and it's not that I'm like, I want to feel like shit all the time, but I was like, again, this is just what it feels like, I guess. I guess this is what it's supposed to be like. You don't know what you don't know. Which is crazy to say, because it's like, I did know you need to take easy days, but in my head I'm like, oh, this is easy. Like, I would be doing things that I'm like, oh, this is easy. But I didn't take them easy like I do now. And it shows. My quality of life is just feeling better. I feel better day to day. Getting up is easier in the mornings. I've been doing good with sleep too. Like, pretty much almost every night I'm getting 7 hours. A couple days this week I got 8. And even last night I think I slept, like this morning, I think I slept close to 10, which is fucking awesome. This is great. So yeah, everything's been going well. It's been going good. So yeah, pretty happy about that. And again, the watch is telling me I'm getting better. So we love that. We love that. I don't really have much else to say. I can talk about the daily doodle again. So it is the one I posted for today, written yesterday, did for today. Language is the barrier between your thoughts and being understood. Language is the barrier between our thoughts and being understood. So yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. Language is the barrier between our thoughts and being understood. Which I think for some people, maybe that was never much of an issue. Some people it is. But it's like a spectrum type of thing. Like, everyone probably struggles with that to some degree. But the biggest thing I like about it is it puts not the power, but it puts the responsibility on you. And if you're walking around saying like, no one understands me, I never feel understood, or why can't people understand me? Maybe it's your fault. Maybe you can't, whatever. But it just puts responsibility on you, because maybe you're not explaining things well, or you're not able to articulate your thoughts into words very well. And for me, that was something I was never the best at. And the time I started to really get good at putting my thoughts into words was when I first started on social media. I've talked about this a bunch of times, but it was all just talking videos. I never showed workout stuff. It was only just the daily doodles, but they were talking. So I would have came up with some way to say that wasn't that short, but I would have just talked about that and then posted that, and the video would get like 2 likes and 100 views, 200, 300 views. 300 views was a lot back then. 300 views was fucking solid. And like 5 likes. If the video got 8, I wouldn't get over 10, but if it got close to 10, I was like, oh, we're doing good. But those videos really never got traction. They never really did good, but I liked doing them. But nonetheless, the only reason I brought that up is because it made me better at putting my thoughts into words. Because I forced myself to do it every single day. Because I posted every single day. So I'd come home. And the best way for me to do that, to put my thoughts into words, was I would always go on walks. So this was still before I was like triathlon training. I was running at the time, but not swimming or biking or anything. So I'd go on walks a lot, and that was when it was most easy to do that. I would do the videos when I was running too, so like if the night, I would do it after work, so then I'd wake up, gym, go to work, get off at 6, come home, and then I'd go for a walk or go for a run, whatever the night called for. And that's when I would film the talking video, the video or whatever for tomorrow, for the next day. And it was the easiest to get that connection when I was moving my body in some form or fashion. And then another thing I'm thinking about right now, I washed my car last night. For those that do know me, you know I like cars, you know I like keeping my car clean. I try to keep it as clean as I can currently, but I'm definitely not as on top of it as I used to be, but that's okay. It's part of the quote-unquote sacrifices for the time being. But I was washing my car last night. I never get the clarity of mind from anything else quite like I do from washing my car. It doesn't matter if I'm running, in the gym, biking, swimming. I can never think as clearly as when I'm washing my car. I don't know what it is. Or, I mean, anybody's car for that matter. Just like washing a car, I like it to be my car. But when I'm doing that, my clarity of mind is so much better, seemingly. I love it. I like it a lot. And one of the reels I made, like probably within the first 10 reels I made, it was like something like find the things that ease your mind and do them or something like that. And it was me washing my car. So I had a couple little clips of me washing my car. Still to this day. And last night I was thinking about it. Like, I don't get the clarity of mind like I do washing my car from anything else. So I think that's interesting. And probably largely in part because I'm a clean boy, because it's like there's a satisfaction of knowing like when I'm done with this too, like my car is going to be clean. So it feels good to be doing that. Which another thing I want to do is, there's a guy named Matt Mormon from Obsessed Garage. Guy's on another fucking level of many different things. But he would always do these video series called Wash and Talks. He still does them. But he literally just washes his car and talks. So it's basically like a podcast of him talking and he's washing his car. And I've been wanting to steal that idea for a long time. And then last night I was like, I need to start doing that. Which the only thing keeping me from doing that is getting a mic. Because to have this camera set up, like where I'm washing, is you wouldn't be able to hear me talking. So I just need to order a mic and then I could realistically just start doing that. Maybe a tripod. I have a little one, but it's just like something for your hand. So probably some form of a tripod. But yeah, that's definitely something I would like to do. Because one, for a couple of reasons. So one, it's just more content to put out, which is always a good thing. Keep feeding the fucking machine. And then two, it gives me an excuse to wash my car, and I love that. And if it can be a productive excuse to wash my car. And three, I get that clarity of mind. And then I think it'll just be good for me to talk about whatever the fuck's on my mind. And then in that circumstance, it really doesn't have to revolve around workouts. Because for these current videos, it's pretty much just revolving around the workout stuff. But if like I was doing that wash and talk thing, that would kind of be separate of like everything else in a way. Like I probably would talk a lot about triathlon and marathon stuff, but I could also talk about life stuff, daily doodle stuff, or just whatever the fuck's on my mind. Car stuff, I'd love to talk about that. Formula One stuff, all that stuff. So I think that's a really cool opportunity, or just a cool, I don't know if opportunity is the right word, but cool little avenue to go down. That could provide some cool opportunities. I don't know. So that's where my head's at, but it's Sunday. I need to run to the grocery store, do laundry, and I'm going to edit this YouTube video to get out today, and then I need to post another reel today. I didn't post one yesterday, I'm just going to post 2 today, which is, yeah, whatever. I feel like reels do better on Sundays than they do Saturdays anyway, so I was kind of like, oh, I'll just post 2 tomorrow, as in today. So I'll post one more reel. I need to edit the reel I made today for tomorrow. And then Daily Doodle shirts, and then 100 pull-ups, and then I need to do a plyometric workout at the gym. And that's pretty much going to be all for the day. I think that's everything. So I'm gonna get going with all that stuff. So have a great day, baby, and I'll see you next week.